Lost in the crowd. And yet we continue to believe that locked doors can somehow open.
Christine, you have no idea what you've gotten yourself into.
Dead ends can mysteriously vanish.
Darren. Hi. And you know nothing about this.
Nothing at all. Hi.
And that somehow, miraculously, we're all connected. Well, tonight, Primetime puts human nature to the test. Is it truly a small world, or are we worlds apart? We start with 3 players.
Would I feel safe in this neighborhood after dark?
I don't think it's a good idea, no.
Petey Pierre is 23 years old, born and raised on some of Brooklyn's bleakest streets. He boxes now out of the New Bed-Stuy boxing school.
Unfortunately, we gotta fight each other, and that's the way to get ahead, because there's no hope. There's no way out.
Then there's Christina Stewart Ward. Every summer she leaves her Tony Eastside apartment for that rich retreat New Yorkers simply call the Hamptons. There she breaks bread with the upper crust and sells their stories as editor-in-chief of Hampton Style magazine. Finally, Darren Schick is not one of the rich and powerful, but they are often his customers. He sells and markets exclusive china and crystal stemware. 3 strangers, separate lives. Their worlds have never touched.
Know anything about boxing? Have you ever boxed?
No.
Never boxed.
No.
Ever spent much time down at the housing projects in Bed-Stuy?
I have not.
Until now. In an unprecedented real-life game of 6 degrees of separation, it's Darren versus Christina. Who can connect with Petey using the fewest number of human contacts?
His name is Petey Pierre, and he's a boxer down at the New Bed-Stuy Boxing Club.
Okay.
Scientists call this idea the small world theory, that all of us, regardless of what we do or where we live, are linked by a handful of hidden human connections.
Have you ever seen either of those 2 people, Petey?
No, I've never seen none of them before.
So you don't know him, do you, or do you?
Do I need? No, not at all. I mean, this guy looks like a Spanish guy from like Young and the Restless or something, but I don't know him. I never seen him, never hung out with him.
You have never seen this man?
No.
She is absolutely unknown to you.
She's all right looking, but no, I never seen her.
All right.
Now, keep in mind, this game is not about just finding Petey. That would be too easy. Connecting means creating a human chain that ends with Petey. One person leading to the next.
You can't pick up the phone and call the gym, and you can't look him up in the telephone directory.
Okay.
I want you to use your connections to find Petey. The winner is going to be the one who makes it to Petey with the fewest number of contacts. Your first thought needs to be, who do I know who might know or might know someone who knows Petey Pierre? They can actually make it.
Not a chance. I think it's impossible. 100 degrees of separation right there.
We'll see.
Hey, Thomas, it's Christina. I need your help.
Christina begins with a call to an old friend.
The only thing is I'm at work right now.
Well, could you take a break and come downstairs?
Yeah.
Terrific.
Fine.
Okay, cutie, I'll see you soon.
Okay, all right.
Okay, bye. And we're off.
Christina leaves, and Darren begins.
I know the person I need to find, but I don't know his phone number. I know where he lives.
Does he live in the city?
He lives in Bed-Stuy.
He lives in Bed-Stuy?
In a stunning early hint that this game's going to unravel in ways no one can predict, Darren's very first contact, if it pans out, would land him in Bedford-Stuyvesant, not far from Petey's gym. Remember, the boxing club is located down here. Both Darren and Christina are starting out way up here in Manhattan's high-rent district.
He Lives in Bed-Stuy.
I don't know his last name, I just know his first name. But I know where he lives.
Well, let's begin with a ride down to Bed-Stuy.
Okay.
Christina's first contact, Thomas, is a designer who's worked on her magazine.
I don't know, Petey, but I could get you in touch with a gym.
Do you have boxing at that gym?
Yes, exactly.
Hey, so your boxing coach might know
Yeah.
his boxing coach.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
But this promising lead into Brooklyn vanishes. Thomas's connection never shows up at his gym. Christina spins her wheels and her Rolodex,
Is this something that I can...
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
but comes up empty.
My contact was not as strong as I had hoped.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, Darren, the man who sells crystal to the Chardonnay and Chandelier class, is cruising into Bed-Stuy, home of rappers Notorious B.I.G. and Jay-Z. And now, Darren's first contact, a fella named Ernie, who he met just last year at a friend's dinner party.
Ernie's been in Bed-Stuy for a while.
I believe Ernie's been there about 20 years or more.
What is this? Movie time? How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm fine. I'm just, I'm here taking a shower.
Hi, my name's Jay Shadler with ABC News.
That's marvelous.
So Darren's on a stoop in Bed-Stuy, while Christina's back at square one in her apartment.
Hello?
Oh, hello, James.
Yeah.
Hello, it's Christina.
Hi, how are you?
Once more, she begins with an old friend and a long shot.
I know James might seem an unusual choice because he works at a luxury goods purveyor. But in the back of my mind, I seem to remember him saying he knew someone in the boxing community.
James works at Aspen, a luxury store that served British royalty for centuries. The neighborhood, splashed with heavyweight names like Tiffany and Tourneau, is about as far from the Bed-Stuy Boxing Club as a limousine and a pink suit can take you.
It involves a conversation we had a few years ago. Remember I was asking you about all the unique people who work at your company? You said one of them had a boxing background. Is that still the case? Does that person still work with you?
Yeah, I think it's boxing. I think it's like kickboxing or something like that.
Since the store won't let our cameras inside, we'll just have to wait, like Christina, to see if this mystery boxer is a no-show or a knockout. And if Darren continues to float like a butterfly or gets stung like a bee.
I don't know if she will see you, but you can check the address.
Surely.
So who do you think will win the game? Darren, Christina, or will neither of them connect with Petey? And if someone does connect with Petey, how many steps will it take? Here's your chance to make a prediction. Go to abcnews.com and click on Primetime Basic Instincts. We'll give you the results later, right here.
The Human Chain continues with Jay Shadler.
In a small world, you never know who might play a big part.
Shirley, I want to let you know everything that's happening here because I don't even know what's happening. But it seems to be legit, so I'm going to go along with that.
Ernie is Darren's first link in a human chain he hopes will eventually lead him to Petey Pierre. But making connections is a mysterious business. Geographically, Ernie would seem to be the perfect choice in this game. After all, he lives in the heart of Bed-Stuy, and amazingly, only blocks from Petey's gym. But Ernie has never heard of Petey or the boxing club, so he passes Darren on to his friend, Shirley Flowers.
I don't know if she will see you, but you can check the address.
Shirley.
Okay, now, coming to me with cameras is not going to work. My hair looks like caca.
Okay, that's okay.
Turns out Shirley has a connection with a fellow who once founded a boys' boxing club years ago.
What's his last name?
O'Farrell.
O'Farrell, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Ernie would like to say goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley.
This is his address?
Oh, she has his address.
And that's his home phone number. He's 80 years old.
That's 80 years of making connections with people. Not bad, Ernie.
Thank you. I owe you big time.
So Darren has his next name, but can he turn it into a connection that'll bring him one step closer to Petey?
Mr. O'Farrell, my name is Darren. I'm calling, I got your name from Shirley Flowers, and she gave me your name, and we're just trying to prove this theory of 6 degrees of separation. Do you mind if we come over? It's crazy, I know.
In the strange twists of this game, Darren, who right now is only a stone's throw from Petey's gym, must now travel 50 blocks south to a place called Starrett City to make his third connection. Meanwhile, Christina has been waiting outside that fancy store in Midtown Manhattan. Remember, her first connection, James, vanished inside, promising to return with someone he called a boxer.
Hello, I'm Christina Stewart Morris. Nice to meet you too. Thank you for.
Okay, well, none of us saw this coming.
Please forgive me. I thought you were a guy because I didn't think that. I heard boxer and I didn't hear the name, and I heard so first of all, forgive me for that. Because
a couple quick jabs, and Christina's into her spiel.
Well, first of all, do you know this man?
I don't know this man. I don't know this man.
His name is Petey Pierre. He is a boxer, and what we're attempting to do is get through a series of contacts and friends, get me linked to him.
Okay. Well, I'm confident I have an excellent lead for you.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Michael Silk Olajide.
The lead, Christina's third connection, turns out to be former middleweight contender Michael Olajide. Michelle's been working out with him for months at his high-performance gym down in the meatpacking district. And he teaches boxing to models?
He has
among
all
other
different
things?
kinds of clients. He has, people doing high-profile jobs like modeling and actresses, but he also has just regular, everyday professional people like myself.
At Michael's gym, Michelle does the introductions and Christina does her routine.
They come to me and challenge me to link myself to a boxer who boxes down in Bed-Stuy at a place called the New Bed-Stuy Boxing Club. Have you heard of it?
Certainly have, yeah, of course. It's a New York staple. It's been around for so long.
So you know this? Okay. Yeah, okay. Ding, 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 ding.
In a flurry as fast as his fists, Michael Olajide spins out a stunning web of connections.
I fought Tommy Hearns for the world title. We fought on Showtime. And
you fought Tommy Hearns?
Yeah, I work with a lot of good people. Like the girl I was working with in the ring, she was Elizabeth Rodriguez. And she's one of the stars in Miami Vice.
He worked with Will Smith.
For Ali.
So Ali is 50 cents.
Really?
We train a lot of good people.
You've trained 50 Cent?
Yeah,
You see? I would have never. Now I'm like 1 degree of separation from 50.
Do you know anyone who might know that gym in Bed-Stuy?
Hector Roca, he trained Hilary Swank, actually. He used to be my trainer. But he trained Hilary Swank for the movie she did.
Million Dollar
Baby, yeah. Hey, Hector, what's up?
But despite all of the links, you still need a little luck. And they get it when Michael reaches a man named Bruce Silverglade, who owns the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn.
He's just gonna go to his
Where is this fella, Michael?
Gleason's Gym is in Brooklyn,
That's where he is right now?
Yeah, that's where
Can we go to him?
Yeah.
He's the single most connected person I think I've ever encountered at close range. That was insane. My competition had better just check out of the game now. That's all I'm saying.
Forget checking out, Darren's checking in.
Hello, is Mr. O'Farrell available? Thank you.
Looking for his next connection.
I'm dying to meet this guy.
I am too.
Yeah. That 80-year-old boxing coach, Jimmy O'Farrell.
Hello, sir. How are you? I'm Darren Schick.
Hi, Mr. O'Farrell. My name is Jay Shadler. I'm with ABC. And this is my camera crew.
Hello, everybody. Come on in.
Thank you very much.
Jimmy O is Darren's third link in his chain and a living museum of boxing history.
Wow, that's fabulous.
That was like 1947, 48.
Where were you boxing, Jimmy?
Stillman's, which is
Stillman's, yeah.
right next to the garden back in them days, the old garden.
Of course, the old garden has plenty of connections to fighters and lovers.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Though Jimmy O wasn't invited, this is where JFK got his birthday candles blown out.
Happy birthday to you.
Back Back then, Jimmy was just getting started teaching boxing to kids, taking them off the streets, giving them a shot in the ring.
Look at this. You founded that club?
Yes.
Over the years, he figures he taught as many as 4,000 kids. But now, Darren is looking for just one young boxer, or at least one more connection toward Petey Pierre. He knew Ernie in Bed-Stuy, and Ernie knew Shirley. Shirley knew Jimmy. And Jimmy, who do you know?
Oh, I know Nate Boyd.
Amazingly, Nate Boyd has been Petey Pierre's boxing coach for years, as much a teacher as a trainer. If Darren can now link up with Nate, he would have the fourth link in his chain and an inside track to Petey.
Let me call his house. Hey, boy, Mr. Boyd, this is Jimmy O.
With Jimmy's help, Darren has landed a surprise blow. But Christina is about to counterpunch from the heart. And what no one knows is that before this game is over, someone could end up on Broadway. Want to try your own 6 Degrees challenge?
This guy is a potter who lives in Katikati, New Zealand.
You can. These people in New York are trying to link with strangers from Nebraska to Siberia.
I don't know any nurses, and I don't know anyone that lives in that area.
And so we were trying to sort of see how far we could push the envelope.
Duncan Watts is director of the Small World Project at Columbia University and the author of 6 Degrees, The Science of the Connected Age.
Do you know this person from Australia?
In the experiment, people are assigned one of 18 targets living somewhere in the world.
From New Zealand, from Sweden, from Germany, from Colombia, from Indonesia.
Just like in our 6 later.
So there's 2 from Australia?
The human chain continues. Once again, Jay Shadler.
In our real-life game of 6 Degrees of Separation and the quest to connect with Petey Pierre, here's where we stand. Christina has made 3 connections and is now heading to a Brooklyn gym with former middleweight contender Michael Olajide.
So you have known Bruce
over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Yeah. And in fact, Bruce was one of the first men to give me a lead into the conditioning training business. I lost use of my eye through boxing, and you know, what do you do next? You train for boxing your whole life, and there's nothing much else you do. He told me of a lady who trained in his gym that also had a fitness club. She worked for Ian Schrager Studio 54 and all the rest of that. So, yeah, she's connected in her own way for sure.
Wow. Meanwhile, Darren has made 3 connections too, and is already rolling toward Bedford-Stuyvesant with his new best friend, Jimmy O.
Make a right turn here.
I'm just guessing, but it seems like you might know this area fairly well.
Well, I grew up in Brooklyn all my life. I'm strictly Brooklyn.
Now, Darren here has been to Bedford-Stuyvesant twice in his life.
Oh, yeah?
Twice in his life.
Well, which way did you get there? How did you come?
On the A train.
Oh, that's what they call it. Duke Ellington, take the A train.
That's right.
Of course, take the A train and put up your dukes. The song was on the hit parade shortly after they first started landing punches over at Gleason's gym, which is precisely where Christina has now landed.
How you doing, man? All right, we can go. Come on back this way.
All of the best have trained here.
Roberto Duran, Hagler, all the fighters will come through.
And now in this small world, made even smaller by all of Michael Olajide's friends.
Hector, what's up, baby?
The card game.
Christina might still have a shot at the title.
Well, I don't know everyone, but I know a lot, particularly here in Brooklyn, so we can make a contact over to Bed-Stuy. What's the young man's name?
Oh, Petey Pierre. Petey Pierre. But
Bruce Silverglade is Gleason's longtime owner, and though he doesn't know Petey, guess who he does know? Petey's trainer, Nate Boyd.
How did you know Nate?
Boxing is a very small circle. At one point, maybe 20 years ago, there were 150 gyms in 5 boroughs, and now there's maybe 15. And so the ones that have survived, we know one another, help each other out, and talk all the time. Hi, this is Bruce Silverglade at Gleason's.
Hey, Bruce, how you doing?
You're the man I'm calling. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. I'm here with a television crew. It's a show where they're trying to find people. And we have a young lady from the Upper East Side trying to find a boxer out of your gym that I think you work with. Petey Pierre?
Yeah.
You know Petey?
Yeah.
So add another link to Christina's chain, another face to this brightening mosaic of connections. From their apartments on the Upper East and West Side of Manhattan, Christina and Darren are now just one step away from the Bed-Stuy Boxing Club and Petey Pierre. And for both, the final link is Petey's trainer.
Okay, if he's here. Hello, Mr. Boyd. Oh, Darren, this is Mr. Boyd.
Hey, Mr. Boyd. Nice to meet you. We're looking for this gentleman, Petey Pierre.
Yeah, you have him here.
Yeah. Do you know him? Can you put us in touch with him? That's one of my fights. They look like him?
Nate Boyd is Darren's fourth link in the chain. From Ernie to Shirley to Jimmy O, on to Nate. And now, with Petey within punching distance, we have a technical knockout.
In the yellow? In the yellow.
Petey! Darren wins. He needed only 5 connections to reach Petey.
So this is the winner, actually.
Congratulations. I didn't know anything other than they gave me this in my apartment on 42nd this morning.
Wow.
They told me who I was looking for and what he did. I'm shocked again.
Well, Petey, get ready for another hit, because Christina's not far behind.
So, Christina, what are you thinking? I'm just curious.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed.
This is the street, kiddo.
Hey there, do you know where Nate is? He's in the back corner? Okay, Christina Stewart Ward.
My pleasure.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Do you know my friend Petey? Petey Pierre.
Yeah, I know him. Yes, people.
That's that good-looking kid. I didn't know how good-looking he was. Nobody told me how good-looking he was.
It's true.
This is you.
Yes,
You
it
are a
is.
handsome man.
Thank you. You're not so bad yourself.
Remarkably, if you retrace this human chain from Christina to James, James to Michelle, Michelle to Michael, Michael to Bruce, Bruce to Nate, and Nate to Petey, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 degrees of separation. Though at ringside, it feels a lot more like 6 degrees of connection.
My father, he was like never home. He had like another family and a business, so he was like always busy. So like my mother was working 2 jobs, so it left me like to raise myself.
My father left my family when I was 4, and so I grew up basically without a father.
Like, I thought you had like the gifted life, the easy road, you know, like the mother and the father and the house and the breakfast table kind of thing.
People aren't always what you think they are. Books are my treasures, and this is one of my treasures, and I wanted to give it to you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. Yo, I really don't think I'm just saying thank you because these cameras in here or nothing, but like I have a book collection myself. Yo, I got a lot of books.
Hello, book collection.
Yo, I love books. Like, I'd hug you, but I'd mess up your dress with the
No,
sweat.
I want a hug. I'm getting a hug out this one.
Don't. We could do a...
You give it to me. I want a real one.
A light hug, Okay, thank you so much.
As perfect as this moment seems, a question does hang in the air. Is this small world designed only with one-way streets? After all, Christina and Darren were certainly well off and well connected. What if we throw this game in reverse?
It worked for her going this direction. If she had a friend, do you think you could find them if she showed you a picture?
Our race between Darren and Christina went to Darren. His 5 steps beat her 6. But what did you predict? How many steps did you think it would take?
When we come back, we're halfway home. Now it's Petey's turn to play the game. And later, how you can play 6 Degrees of Separation yourself. Next, on Primetime's Basic Instincts, The Human Chain. The Human Chain continues with Jay Shadler.
I grew up in Virginia. My parents have lived there 25 years. My dad is a neurologist. My mother was an RN. And I was the big tomboy. I was the one who played with all the boys when I was younger. You know, I play tennis, I play golf, I swim, I do everything. I love it.
Sound like a very lovely childhood.
It was. They were very, very supportive parents.
My father's dead. My mother, she works like 2 jobs, just trying to, you know what I mean, get it together. And
When did your father die?
he died when I was 17.
17.
You know, and just now I'm like really finally starting to get to know my mother. She used to work from 11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning. And then from 7 o'clock in the morning, she would just try to get as much sleep in as she can to get up and go to work from like 12 to 10.
Yeah.
So it's like she just worked.
It may be a small world, but Petey Pierre and Heather Parcells appear to have grown up on opposite sides of the planet. As you know, Petey's a boxer, and Heather's a dancer, and not just any old dancer.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my agent called with this, you could hear it in his voice. He's like, I have something to tell you. And he's like, you're going to play Judy Turner in a chorus line.
That's right, a chorus line. So this time the game is for Broadway. But remember, he can't just go to that theater to try to meet Heather. He has to create a human chain that will lead him there. We begin in Brooklyn.
I remember standing in the ring with you when I first met you. I said, these people think that they can find you. And you said, no way. It's your turn now. Do you think it will be harder for you, or are you not certain?
I'm definitely sure it's gonna be harder for me because like they're coming from like, you know, basically I'd say the top of the food chain, you know what I'm saying? They're the guys with power and stuff, and like, you know, it's easy to be at the top of the hill and look down, you know? And then to look up to the top of the hill is like...
Have you ever seen him?
No. No, I haven't.
Never have.
But I like his braces.
His name is Petey. Petey Pierre.
Petey Pierre?
Yeah. And he is a boxer. And he is going to come looking for you. This is the woman that you're after. She is a Broadway dancer. Her name is Heather. She's going to be performing, if you can believe it, in a chorus line. Do you think you can find her?
No, man. Heather, I'll try, but
You know what? I think he could, because all he has to do is find one person in this business, and they'll find me. One person. I hope that you're proving me right and you'll find me.
Well, we'll find out.
Just as in our original experiment, Petey's job is to connect with Heather by creating a human chain, one link at a time.
Who's your first thought? How do you get to her?
Hey, sis, what's going on? It's me, your baby bro. I kind of need you to help me find this person, Heather Parcells, a dancer. She's getting down with this whole Broadway play thing. Like, what I remember is a little sketchy, but you gotta help me, and I'm coming to see you right now.
How are you? Okay. It's good to see you.
Petey's first choice, a woman he calls sister, is a free spirit who long ago took Petey under her wing.
Not surprising that Petey would turn to me. New York does bring a whole mixing pot of people together, and that's why I live here.
Alexis Carl and Petey met when they were both living in this apartment building. Neither is what you'd call a wallflower, so it didn't take long for a friendship to bloom.
I'm a person that I'll become friends with for anyone. And in Petey, I found a friend who, well, he's much more than a friend. I consider him my family.
Alexis Carl, she's just a city girl, period. She's like, To me, she's like Sarah Jessica Parker on Sex and the City. That's her. She's always like walking around, my shoes, my dress, proud of this and everything and all of that.
She could be the perfect blank here.
Yeah, she says that she's my cultural officer.
If that's true, she certainly has a fine nose for it. You see, Alexis creates and bottles her own line of chic perfumes, which she sells to a very rarefied uptown crowd at places like Henry Bendel.
Okay, Henry Bendel's Midtown. That's where we're headed.
One link, and Bed-Stuy is in the rearview mirror, and a Fifth Avenue boutique is dead ahead.
I think that PD making a beeline to Bendel is not actually that odd. I feel like, yes, there's an idea that, oh, if you're a boxer and you're boxing at Bed-Stuy, that's where you stay. And, you know, it's just not true.
Heather Parcells. She's really pretty and don't mind the little streaks of water on the page.
What does she do? And
she's a dancer. She's working out of Broadway Dance Center. She just got a mega role in this thing called The Revival of Chorus Line. You ever heard of it?
A chorus line. Yeah. You haven't heard of a chorus line?
I haven't heard of it, but I heard of it today. That's all they said.
You have to see it then. Okay, I need someone who's in the theater, someone who's a dancer. I have someone who's a dancer. And there's 2 connections I'm thinking of right now. All right, this is funny. David, who's helping me today, is in the theater.
Petey might have just scored a twofer.
Can you go get David?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, then I'll be
First link, Alexis.
Okay. I feel like that girl.
Second link, her friend, David Sloan.
This is David.
You guys know each other.
Okay, I'm getting under here.
Yeah, get under here.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the deal. I'm trying to find this girl, Heather Parcells.
Okay.
Broadway Dance Center she works at.
Do you know her?
Okay. My friend Angie is a dancer and choreographer, and she takes class everywhere. And it's a large community, but it's a small community. So
How do you know Angie?
Originally, we met at a party.
Where is she?
Where is she right now?
I could call her. And find out.
Listen, we got a car here. Please,
you're traveling.
He's traveling very style.
Of course, traveling in style is no guarantee you'll get where you're going. A limo's nice, but a link, that's what Petey needs.
Hello, Angela. Do you know either anyone in the chorus line, the new production, or someone who works or spends a lot of time at Broadway Dance?
The human chain continues. Here's Jay Shadler.
When we last left Petey, he had just linked up with a fella named David Sloan. Geographically, these two are sitting right next door to Broadway, and within just a neon sign or two of the young dancer Heather Parcells, who Petey is trying to connect to. But in this small world experiment, the human chain never runs in a straight line.
Okay, what are you doing in about half an hour or 45 minutes? And would you be averse to hanging out in a limo and being on television? Okay, well, I'm going to pick you up at the Mark Bar, shall we? Go to Greenpoint?
I think we
Work
should.
for you?
Sounds great.
Let's go to Greenpoint.
So we leave Manhattan, heading back to Brooklyn, where David's friend Angie mixes drinks at a funky little place called the Mark Bar.
Well, that would be it right there. I'll introduce her, then you can do the rest. Angie, this is PD.
Hi, Angie. Angie, I need your help. I'm trying to find this girl right here, Heather Parcells. Do you know her?
I don't know. She looks familiar, actually.
She works out of a place called Broadway Dance Center. She just got a new role in this thing called The Revival of the Chorus Line. Mm-hmm. And she's really beautiful. You can see just like you are.
That's right.
Make a note. When creating a human chain, charm helps.
Actually, I'm a dancer, and I take class at Broadway Dance. Yes. And I know a girl that works there.
With those magic words, Petey flashes a smile, Angie hangs up her apron, and they're off.
Bye, guys.
Back toward the city, counting the connections as they go.
How many people have been involved so far?
What we got, Petey?
You're the third one. We started off with me, of course, and then we went to my sister Alexa's car at Bendel's, and she took me to David, who is the man in theater, of course, pimped out Dracula that he is.
I know, he is. Pimped out Dracula, that's funny.
From him, took me to you. And now we're going to meet Dana, right?
That's right.
Dana works here at the Broadway Dance Center. Astonishingly, it is the very same place Heather Parcells was practicing her pirouettes this morning.
The 5th floor.
So within just hours of starting his search, Petey, on the arm of a pretty bartender from Brooklyn,
I'm looking for Dana. Is Dana here today?
is about
Yes.
to make another very important connection.
She's here?
Yeah, she's here. She's coming. Hi. Hi.
How are you? How's everything?
This is Petey. I want to introduce you to him.
Hi.
It's really nice.
Petey,
person.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, this is Dana.
I have to ask you, do you know this woman?
Yeah, Heather Parcells.
You do?
Yeah, she's Judy Turner in the Revival of Chorus Line.
Now that's music to Petey's ears, with just a tiny sour note.
She here now?
She's not here now. I saw her this morning, actually.
But close doesn't work in this game. Petey still needs to connect.
Hey, Heather, it's Dana calling from Broadway Dance Center, and actually, there is a gentleman here, Petey, who is looking to meet you and find you. I got her voicemail.
Okay. Well, so where do you think? What's the name of the theater?
Schoenfeld Theater, West 45th Street.
Write that down. The Schoenfeld Theater on West 45th Street. Driver to Broadway, please.
You hear so many times people say, oh, it's such a small world.
You hit the nail on the head with that one. It's such a small world.
Yeah.
But Petey, you didn't even think that this was
I
gonna
didn't.
happen.
I didn't. And now that she said it's such a small world, it's like, you know, whoa.
The simple strength of a string of friends, most of which have been made just today, has brought a boxer to Broadway. What happens next is the real showstopper. Petey Pierre began this experiment at ringside and in boxing gloves.
Okay, we're going to pick up where we left off. We're starting, everyone. Please be quiet in the house.
He's nearing the end of it in a balcony on Broadway.
She's the one in the back with the white tank top and the red hair.
Well, I want to be something besides the tall, skinny redhead second from the end. Not that I want to be a star or anything.
How did we get here, Petey?
Ooh, I don't even know.
How?
From Petey to Alexis, Alexis to David, David to Angie, Angie to Dana, and now Dana, finally, to Heather.
I know your picture! Hi! I'm Heather!
Nice to meet you, Heather.
Nice to meet you! Oh my gosh! Welcome to the theater! Oh my gosh, how'd you find me?
I found you, oh my God, totally didn't believe this. I was like, this is not gonna happen.
You didn't think so?
First of all, I didn't even know who you was gonna be. I was like, you know what I'm saying?
You can call it karma or just plain courtesy, but in this small world experiment, we found what goes around still comes around.
It made me feel real special to get a gift, so I figured, you know what I mean, you coming out your way.
Oh no, you got me!
I got you something. It's not much, but I got you. A couple of DVDs, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes! I love this movie!
And I got you Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon.
Awesome! That is cool.
In the end, all those human chains wove themselves into quite a mosaic.
I believe, man. I'm a believer. Like she said, I mean, it's a small world. I really didn't believe this was gonna happen. Like I'm in a Broadway theater.
You are, and you're on a Broadway stage.
I'm in a Broadway stage in a Broadway theater, straight from Brooklyn. This is like, wow.
It's not magic, it just feels that way.
Okay, so you won.
It's one.
Singular sensation.
Singular sensation.
Every little step she takes. I'll just show
do it
you.
again,
So,
do it again.
I'll show you. It goes 1 to this pose.
1,
Then you point your foot.
Singular sensation. Every little step. I do that part good. That's a boxing move. Pivot your power. You take this foot, drop it down, come up. This would have been like,
To do your own 6 Degrees experiment? To find out how, go to abcnews.com and click on Primetime Basic Instincts. And to let us know who you would like to see try to connect in future episodes, email us your suggestions. You can if you go to abcnews.com and click on Primetime Basic Instincts.
Primetime is